Hello everyone and welcome to the second quarterfinal match in the 2022 season of the TPDCO Tourism Quiz. It's St. Peter and Paul Preparatory from St. Andrew up against Mount Alvernia Prep from St. James. I'm your host, Javon Keys. The TPDCO Tourism Quiz provides an opportunity for children in the primary level of the education system to familiarize themselves with our tourism product. The quiz not only tests their knowledge of Jamaica's tourism, but it focuses on core subject areas including math, science, language arts, and social studies. We started with 16 teams and now we're down to 6. Let's meet our team starting with St. Peter and Paul. Please introduce yourselves.
I am 9 years old and when I grow up, I'm going to be a chemist.
Good morning. My name is Younglin Zhang. I am 9 years old and I would like to become a pediatrician.
Good morning. My name is Savannah Sawyers and I would like to become a singer.
Morning everyone. My name is Dustin Campbell. I am 10 years of age and in the future I would like to become a mechanical engineer.
Thank you so much, St. Peter and Paul. Now let's hear from Mount Alvernia Prep.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Micaiah Jamieson. I am 10 years of age, and when I grow up, I want to be an athlete.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kanika Mawani. I am 11 years old, and in the future, I'm going to be a doctor.
Hello everyone, my name is Joanna Reed. I am 11 years of age and in the future I would like to become a surgeon.
Good morning, my name is Kanis Melwani. I'm 11 years old and in the future I would like to be an engineer.
Thank you so much, teams. Now let's head straight into the action. Earlier we had the coin toss and Mount Alvernia Prep won and they decided to go first. Now in section 1, both teams will be asked questions alternately with 10 seconds to answer. Each correct answer is worth 1 point. This section lasts for 6 minutes, so let's have 6 minutes on the clock, please. And again, each team has 10 seconds to answer their question, and we begin with Mount Alvernia. Discover Jamaica. In which Jamaican parish is the Birch Cocoon Castle?
Hanover.
Correct. St. Peter and Paul discovered Jamaica. In which Jamaican parish is the Llandovery Mountains? Your 10 seconds have passed. Would you like to try Mount Alvernia?
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
The answer is St. Anne. Spanish, Mount Alvernia. What is the English translation for the adjective estupendo? Your 10 seconds have elapsed. Would you like to try St. Peter and Paul?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Great.
Correct. St. Peter and Paul, your Spanish question. What is the English translation for the phrase mucho gusto?
Pleasure.
Correct. Jamaican Affairs, Mount Alvernia. Complete the Jamaican proverb. Inuit maga.
Dog.
Incorrect. Inuit maga, it pop, or it broke. Jamaican Affairs, St. Peter and Paul. Complete the Jamaican proverb. Beta belly bos dan.
Ente.
Better belly bus than good food waste. TPDCO Affairs, Mount Alvernia. In which tourist resort town is the Pineapple Craft Market?
Portland.
Incorrect. Ocho Rios, TPDCO Affairs, St. Peter and Paul. In which tourist resort town is the Harbour Street Craft Market?
Montego Bay.
Correct. Tourist Board News, Mount Alvernia. In what year was the Jamaica Tourist Board founded?
1950 or 50. 1955.
Correct. Tourist Board News, St. Peter and Paul, what is the name of the administrative head of the Jamaica Tourist Board?
Horace Peter King.
The title would be the Director of Tourism. That's the answer we were looking for. General knowledge, Mount Alvernia, which Jamaican parish is larger in size, St. Thomas or St. Mary?
St. Mary.
Incorrect. St. Thomas, St. Peter and Paul, general knowledge. Which Jamaican parish is larger in size, Portland or Manchester?
Manchester.
Correct. Social studies, Mount Alvernia, Sir Garfield Sobers is a national hero. In which CARICOM country?
Barbados.
Correct. Social studies, St. Peter and Paul. Kofi or Kofi is a national hero in which CARICOM country?
Coffee.
In which country?
Jamaica.
Incorrect. The answer is Guyana. Kofi or Kofi is a national hero in Guyana. Mount Alvernia across Jamaica. In which parish is the Cinchona plantation?
St. Anne.
Incorrect. St. Andrew across Jamaica. St. Peter and Paul. In which parish is the Palmyra Mountain?
St. Elizabeth.
Incorrect. St. James. Mathematics. Mount Alvernia. Hotel brochure uses Roman numerals to indicate that it was opened in 1967. What are the Roman numerals? Time has elapsed. Mount Alvernia, would you like to try St. Peter and Paul?
No, thank you.
The answer is MCMLXVII. St. Peter and Paul, your mathematics question. A tourist destination uses Roman numerals to indicate that it started operations in 2019. What are the Roman numerals? Time's passed. Would you like to try Mount Alvernia?
No, thank you.
The answer is MMXIX. Sports. Mount Alvernia. Stephanie Taylor is a West Indies women's cricketer from which country?
Trinidad.
Incorrect. Stephanie Taylor is from Jamaica. Sports. St. Peter and Paul. Hayley Matthews is a West Indies women's cricketer from which country? The 10 seconds have passed. Would you like to try Mount Alvernia?
Yes. Barbados.
Correct. Jamaican Affairs, Mount Alvernia. Who is the mayor of Montego Bay? So Mount Alvernia, you will still be allowed to answer that question. 10 seconds have passed. Would you like to try St. Peter and Paul?
No, thank you.
The answer is Leroy Williams. And now for your final question, St. Peter and Paul, who is the mayor of St. Anne's Bay? Your 10 seconds have passed, St. Peter and Paul. Would you like to try Mount Alvernia?
No, thank you.
The answer is Sydney Stewart. And that brings to an end Section 1 in our second quarterfinal match. The scores are Mount Alvernia on 4 points and St. Peter and Paul on 4 points. So it's a tie. Please stay with us. The second of our quarterfinal matches in the 2022 season of the TPDCO Tourism Quiz continues right after this break. But before we go, here's a special tourism tip. Make sure your service is leaving a good taste in your customer's mouth. Take time to ensure that the resolution of any challenges becomes a priority. Customers appreciate getting helpful advice the first time around. That's your TPDCO tourism tip. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
I'm Chef Martin McGinley, Executive Chef at Round Hill Resort and Spa. And I started cooking at 15, and I've continued to cook now. So that's close to 35 years now. My main focus is LCCC, Light, Clean, Caribbean Cuisine. That's what I stand by, that's what we look for, and that's what we demonstrate here at Round Hill. A lot of clients who come here, they know what they come for. You know, they come for a lifestyle. They come to eat the purest food, they come to relax. So our expectations are very high. Well, Jamaica has the big, bold flavors. You know, we have the Scotch bonnet, you have the jerk, the ginger's real spicy, and everything's super fresh. You know, fresh is when you're able to pick it and you're able to use it at the same time. I have a program here at Round Hill called See, Touch, and Taste, where we're able to take the guests to our organic garden. They get to see it, they get to touch it, and we bring it back to the kitchen and get to taste it. That's fresh. Now, when you working with the freshest ingredients and freshest product, it takes you to the next level. Why come to Jamaica? To experience the people, the culture, and the food. Because it is unbelievable when you're able to come to an island and get all those three things wrapped into one. It's amazing. And they got great beaches and sunshine is here too as well.
Tourism is the lifeblood of Jamaica. The Tourism Product Development Company Limited, TPDCO, the organization responsible for the development and enhancement of Jamaica's tourism product, celebrates personalities that have contributed to the growth of this most vital sector. Join me, Marlene Stevenson-Daly, for Jamaica's Tourism Titans, an extra special podcast that takes you on a journey with those titans who have made or continue to make their mark. Jamaica's Tourism Titans on Anchor Podcast every other week. Don't miss it.
Welcome back. You're watching the second of our quarterfinal matches in the 2022 TPDCO Tourism Quiz. The scores are Mount Alvernia Prep on 4 points and St. Peter and Paul on 4 points, so it's a tie. It's now time for a second section, Tourism in 90 seconds. In this section, each team will get 90 seconds to answer as many questions as possible, with 1 point for each correct answer. Again, we begin with Mount Alvernia. In what year was Marcus Garvey proclaimed as Jamaica's first national hero?
1964. 1964.
Incorrect, 1969. What meal in a hotel restaurant is pescado cocido al vapor?
Pass.
Pass.
Steamed fish, according to the Adventures of Sprucey and Limey, who was the governor of Jamaica between 1795 and the 1800?
Governor Irie.
Sorry?
Governor Irie.
Incorrect. The Earl of Balcarres. Which Jamaican holds the world record for the men's 200 meters in athletics? Usain Bolt, Sandy Bay, Lethe, Cops are in which Jamaican parish?
Portland.
Incorrect. Hanover. What is 8 3/4 divided by a quarter?
Pass.
35. Which Jamaican DJ was born Jamar McNaughton?
Sean Paul.
Incorrect. Tronics. What is the English translation for Savannah Lamar, the capital of Westmoreland?
Pass.
Playing by the sea at a hotel property. What location is La Playa?
The beach.
Correct. And that's the end of your 90 seconds, Mount Alvernia. Let's have 90 seconds on the clock for Saints Peter and Paul. In what year did Jamaicans vote in a referendum to leave the West Indies Federation?
Pass.
1961, at a hotel bar, what is La Carta de Vinos?
The wine list.
Correct. According to the adventures of Sprucey and Limey, in the late 18th century, Fort Balclares, that should be, was prepared for an invasion from which set of Europeans?
French.
Correct. Which Jamaican has run the men's 100 meters in athletics under 10 seconds the most times?
Usain Bolt.
Incorrect. Asafa Powell, Johns Hall, Montpelier, and Catadupa are in which Jamaican parish?
Pass.
St. James. What is 21 and a half divided by half?
Pass.
43. Which Jamaican DJ was born Michaela Simpson? Incorrect. Coffee. What is the English translation for Ocho Rios, a major town in St. Anne?
8 rivers.
Correct. At a hotel property, where is El Gimnasio?
Pass.
The gym or the gymnasium, and that's the end of section 2, tourism in 90 seconds. The scores are Mount Alvernia on 5 points and Saints Peter and Paul on 7 points. The final section is up next. That will decide our champions. This is the 2022 season of the TPDCO Tourism Quiz. We'll be right back.
Wood fire cooking, and Nancy stories, and the pulsating rhythm of our sounds all resemble the Jamaica we know and love. This is why TPDCO places emphasis on community tourism development. With its unique offerings and potential to generate income for local communities, this type of tourism invites you to get up close and personal and experience the magic of Jamaica. To learn more about community tourism, visit www.tpdco.org or call 968-3441.
Welcome back. You are watching the second quarterfinal match in the 2022 season of the Tourism Product Development Company TPDCO Tourism Quiz. The scores are Mount Alvernia on 5 points and Saints Peter and Paul on 7. Now let's go straight to section 3. It all comes down to this. In this section, teams will alternately select questions from 4 categories, namely social studies, math, adventures of Sprucey and Limey, and discover Jamaica. Each category will have 3 questions worth 2, 4, and 6 points respectively. So for every correct answer, teams will get the full point value, but will lose half the point value if the answer is incorrect or if they fail to answer. For example, if a team selects a question worth 4 points and they answer correctly, they'll get 4 points. But if their answer is incorrect or if they fail to answer, they lose 2 points. So it's really risk or reward in this section. Each team will have 10 seconds to answer, and again we begin with Mount Alvernia. Choose your category and question.
Sprucey and Limey for 2 points.
Sprucey and Limey for 2 points. Edward Barrett, one of the designers of the town of Falmouth, Trelawney, banned the use of which item on his family's plantations?
Whip.
Correct. Saints Peter and Paul, choose your category and question.
Adventures of Sprucey and Limey for 6 points.
The big one, Adventures of Sprucey and Limey, 6 points. What was the name of the movie which featured Jamaica's first bobsled team at the Winter Olympic Games? Cool Runnings. Mount Alvernia.
Sprucey and Limey 4 points.
Sprucey and Limey 4 points, and that closes out our Sprucey and Limey section. Which organization placed a lighthouse at Lover's Leap in St. Elizabeth? The Port Authority of Jamaica, PAJ. Mount Alvernia. Oh, Saints Peter and Paul, my apologies.
Mathematics 4 points.
Math 4 points. The area of a rectangular lawn at a resort. So the area of a rectangular lawn at a resort is 128 square meters. If the length of the lawn is 16 meters, what is its width? The answer is 8 meters. Mount Alvernia, choose your category and question.
Social Studies 6 points.
Social Studies, 6 points. What is the name of the final court of appeal for Barbados? The Caribbean Court of Justice, CCJ. Saints Peter and Paul.
Discover Jamaica 6 points.
Discover Jamaica, 6 points. The Yaman Adventure Park, formerly the Prospect Plantation, is located in which Jamaican parish?
Trelawney.
Incorrect. St. Mary. Mount Alvernia.
Social Studies 4 points.
Social Studies, 4 points. What is the name of the hurricane which caused much damage in Puerto Rico in September 2022?
Hurricane Fiona.
Correct. Saints Peter and Paul, choose your category and question.
Social Studies 4 points.
Social Studies, 4 points has just gone. We only have Social Studies, 2 points.
Social Studies 2 points.
So we're closing out the Social Studies section with the question: in which month and year did Dominica achieve independence from Great Britain? November 1978. Mount Alvernia.
Discover Jamaica 4 points.
Discover Jamaica, 4 points. Croydon in the Mountains Plantation is a tour in which parish?
St. James.
Correct. Saints Peter and Paul.
Discover Jamaica 6 points.
We only have Discover Jamaica, 2 points.
Discover Jamaica 2 points.
Discover Jamaica, 2 points. Is the Boone Hall Oasis in St. Mary, St. Andrew, or St. James?
St. James.
Incorrect. St. Andrew.
Mathematics 2 points.
Mathematics, 2 points from Mount Alvernia. A tourist exchange's $30 US at a Hotel Cambio for Jamaican dollars. If the exchange rate is $1 US to 155 Jamaican dollars, how many Jamaican dollars will he receive?
$4,650 Jamaican dollars.
That is correct, which leaves us with mathematics. 6 points for St. Peter and Paul. A hotel's PR department has 287 gift items to share among 3 groups of guests in the ratio 1 to 2 to 4. How many gift items will the largest group receive? And your 10 seconds have passed. The answer is 164. And that brings to an end this our second quarterfinal match in the 2022 season of the TPDCO Tourism Quiz. The scores are St. Peter and Paul on 0 and Mount Alvernia on 12 points. Congratulations to you, Mount Alvernia, and well tried, St. Peter and Paul. We'll check the scores and come right back. We're taking a break here on the TPDCO Tourism Quiz 2022. Stay with us.
Tourism is the lifeblood of Jamaica. The Tourism Product Development Company Limited, TPDCO, the organization responsible for the development and enhancement of Jamaica's tourism product, celebrates personalities that have contributed to the growth of this most vital sector. Join me, Marlene Stevenson-Daly, for Jamaica's Tourism Titans, an extra special podcast that takes you on a journey with those titans who have made or continue to make their mark. Jamaica's Tourism Titans on Anchor Podcast every other week. Don't miss it.
Welcome back to the second quarterfinal match of the 2022 season of the TPDCO Tourism Quiz. In the true spirit of sportsmanship, we invite the captains of both teams to come forward and bump elbows in keeping with COVID-19 compliance protocols and still showing sportsmanship. So again, the final scores are Mount Alvernia Prep on 12 points and St. Peter and Paul on 0. Thank you so much to our hardworking teachers who prepared these teams, thanks to our educators from St. Peter and Paul and Mount Alvernia. Thanks also to our judges and the coordinators of this competition. Please stay tuned while we'll have our next quarterfinal match, which will see Cornally Avenue Primary up against Nago Head Primary School. I'm Javon Keys. See you next match.